Hi, Timothy Unkert here. In this video, we're going to look at finding the slope of a line when given 2 points. So the way we find the slope of a line is through the equation m, which represents slope, equals the y value from your second point, we write y sub 2, minus the y value from your first point, which we label y sub 1, all over the x value from your second point, minus the x value from your first point. So x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So all we have to do is label our first and second point. So in this example, it says find the slope of the line going through the points 2, 3, and 7, 10. So I'm going to label this as my first point. That means this is x sub 1, and this is y sub 1. And this here is going to be my second point. So that means this is x sub 2, and this is y sub 2. So I'm going to say the slope is equal to 10 minus 3, y sub 2 minus y sub 1, 10 minus 3, over x sub 2 minus x sub 1, so 7 minus 2. So the slope 10 minus 3 is 7 over 5. So a lot of times you'll just leave it as an improper fraction, 7 over 5, or we could write this as 1.4, which is our slope. Okay, in our next example, we're going to find the slope of a line going through the points 4, 10 and 4, 2. So again, we want to label our points. Let's say I want to call this one my second point, which is fine, and this one my first point, which is also fine. So I can label this as x sub 2, y sub 2, and this one as x sub 1, y sub 1. So I'm going to say the slope is equal to 10 minus 2 all over 4 minus 4. Now, pay attention here, because 10 minus 2 is 8, and 4 minus 4 is 0. So we're dividing by 0. This is a vertical line, a line going through x equals 4. So this has an undefined slope. We can't divide by 0. It's undefined. Now, note that if 0 was in the top, and we had a number that was non-zero on the bottom, we would have a slope of 0, which is a horizontal line. That is defined as a slope of 0. But when you have a vertical line, it's an undefined slope, and you can see why you're dividing by 0 here. Okay, let's try one more example. Okay, in example 3, we're going to find the slope of a line going through the points -3, 5 and 2, -7. So I'm going to call this my first point. Again, it doesn't really matter, you just have to be consistent with it. And this one, my second point. I'm going to say this is x sub 1, y sub 1, and x sub 2, y sub 2. And what I mean being consistent with it, I couldn't say this is x sub 1 and this is y sub 2. If I say this is x sub 1, this one has to be y sub 1. Likewise, if I say this is x sub 2, I can't say this is y sub 1. I have to be consistent. Okay, so I'm going to say the slope m is equal to -7 minus 5 all over 2 minus -3. So -7 minus 5 is -12. So we have -12 over 2 minus a -3 is like 2 plus a +3. Subtracting a negative is like adding a positive. So this becomes -12 over 5, or you might just see the negative written in front, -12 fifths, or you might see it as, it's going to be -2.4. And that's all there is to it. That's how you find the slope of a line given 2 points. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, please give it a like and consider subscribing to the channel. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye.